Hey guys, welcome to a segment of the Grind Never Stops podcast. This is your host, DJ Joe, as you guys all know. And before again I start this video, I want to thank everyone who's tuned in to our podcast platforms on YouTube, TikTok, but especially TikTok, as we reached a record of viewers of 37,000 viewers, and I appreciate all of you for tuning in. And again, if you guys want to be a guest on this show or want to help me improve the podcast, or if you want to send donation to improve my equipment and my podcast, you can surely send me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, knownly as X, or TikTok. But let's get into the episode. So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about something trending, and it's regarding the Boston Celtics. As you guys all know, they they went to the finals last year, and they played against the Dallas Mavericks. Not this past year, but the year before, and they beat Kyrie and Luka in the NBA Finals. And and when it was time to celebrate, they announced the finals MVP. And when they decided it was Jaylen Brown, there was a lot of rumors that maybe Tatum took that personally. But to be honest, yes, Tatum had big games in the finals, but the whole playoffs and the finals, I feel Jaylen Brown had a better offensive efficient game than Jayson Tatum. Because you can be like in 2015 when Andre Iguodala won the Finals MVP. Everyone thought Steph Curry? He won it over Steph? But because Iggy changed the outcome, they were down 2-1 and they won the next 3 games. This time, I think Jaylen Brown was the X factor. Because if it wasn't for Jaylen Brown, Luka wouldn't have the game that he already had. So I think Jayson Tatum took that personally, and ever since he got injured, Jaylen Brown took more star power, took the stage more from Jayson Tatum. And when he got back, it was all personal for Jayson Tatum. And this year, they went to the playoffs. They were up 3-1, and that game where they won 3-1, they blew the Sixers out by 24 points. So you just beat a team by 24. You're up 3-1 at home in your court, in your house, and you lose by 13. All right. And then you go back to game 6 in their house in Philly. You lose by 10 once again. So Philly has the momentum. Game 7 coming. And then you hear Jayson Tatum will not play game 7. Then why did he play all these regular season games to get prepared for the playoffs? Why didn't he sit down and then when the playoffs start, he'll be fresh? Like Tim Hortons fresh. But the guy played all the regular season games, playoffs, game 7. So he played the first 6 games, but game 7 he's scared. There's no scared. The stage was just too big. There was too much pressure on Jayson Tatum. Because when there's pressure on Tatum, he falls like the dominoes. So it was Jayson Tatum's time to be like, this is my team, not you, Jaylen Brown. But he sat down. He sat down like the baby he is. Me, I love Jayson Tatum. He's a good player. But sometimes if you're jealous of Brown winning all these MVPs, taking over like the star of the team, then you have to take it from him and perform, not sit down in a deciding first round, game 7, against the Sixers, who had an injured Embiid playing. So I felt that Jayson Tatum had to go to the management, and I don't know if it's true, it's just speculation, but maybe he went like, this is my team, I think you should get rid of him. And the Sixers are the, I don't want to use any bad words here so I don't get banned, but like, come on, bro. You can't be like complaining, whining, because you know when you're jealous of someone, like in my circle, when you're jealous of someone, you want to be like that person, N- not try to step away from him, firing him or getting rid of him for you to follow in his footsteps. You just have to be a man that you are, Jayson Tatum, and just play the way you're supposed to play. Who cares about MVPs? And if you really want that finals MVP, you gotta perform. You gotta be the X factor, not Jaylen Brown. And the question of this episode is, did the Boston Celtics make a right move by trading Jaylen Brown for Paul George? Yo, this Paul George is now, he's a superstar now because he got traded for Shea Gilgeous Alexander and 10,000 draft picks. And look what that got. Look at that. What happened to the Clips? Look what happened to the Clips. Imagine they could use Shea when they had Kawhi Leonard. And then now he gets traded for a final MVP. For MVP candidate in Jaylen Brown for Paul George and draft picks. Are you kidding me? Wow, Paul George is a legend, but obviously not. You're trading Jaylen Brown, who's averaging close to 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, coming off, for a guy that's averaging 17 points coming off an injury, shoots less than 40 from the field, less than 30 from 3, less than 80% from the free throw line, and you're trading it for an all-star? So that question is obviously not. But again, sometimes a change of city might be good for Jaylen Brown. But for Paul George and the Celtics? But again, remember, remember, this is Jayson Tatum's time to fulfill what he always wanted to fulfill, is being the only star on this team, and he needs to have an amazing season, because if not, they're gonna look back at that request and at that trade that the Celtics have made. But guys, thank you for tuning in to another segment of the Grind Never Stops podcast. This is your host DJ Joe, and for all the viewers have asked why we did not make an episode about Kawhi, it's because the trade has not made official. The investigations are still ongoing, so I don't want to predict, I don't want to start rumors for something that will or will not happen. But don't worry, guys, we will make an episode about Kawhi Leonard. But guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and again, if you want to join the pod, send me a DM, and I'll be glad to bring you on. And don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Mamba out. Peace.